Welcome everybody to today's fertility Q&A. Big warm welcome to everybody who's new to this group, and huge thank you for all the amazing questions that you have posted. Now, the benefit of joining live is that because a lot of the questions have been scattered all over the place, if I happen to miss it, you can reach out live and go, hey, check out my question, and then I can scroll through and answer it, or you can repost that question as I'm live. So we had a lot of questions come through earlier about water filters. I'm going to go through and answer that and the importance of that. I also had someone who's new to the group, bless your soul, Agnes, and she would like some fertility support. She's been trying for a while, and she's been diagnosed with PCOS, so I'm going to answer that for her as well. And we've had other questions like anti-inflammatory natural spices like ginger and turmeric with honey and lemon going to restrict the possibility of implantation if it's drunk during the luteal phase, and is it safe for pregnancy? So thank you very much for submitting all of your questions. These are the ones that I am going to answer. If you have submitted a question and I haven't mentioned that, please do let me know what your question is, and I look forward to answering that. So for those of you that don't know me, for those of you that may be new to the group, my name's Fiona Bolton. I've been in the industry for 16 years, since 2007. Definitely one of the industry leaders. I have a very unique view on fertility because I didn't come from what a lot of people have come from, and that is my own personal fertility struggles. Instead, my quest, my goal, my mission was actually to help empower people, gain confidence, reclaim their power, activate self-empowerment, and learn how to heal. That way you're unstoppable. You can achieve whatever you like. I also have a political agenda where I truly feel that for humans to rise up and be in their power, they need to have powerful mothers, not mothers that give their power away to other people's words and thoughts and opinions. So that is my mission, to help humanity that way. So I am really passionate about ensuring that every single person that signs up to my Fertile Lifestyle course succeeds. And what does success mean? It's not just a pregnancy, because I give my pregnancy course away for free. It's a 9-month pregnancy support course if you've invested in my Fertile Lifestyle course. And so how that works is what women are finding, even unto the age of 55, they are able to give birth using their own eggs. That is how amazing it is, up to the age of 55. Now, clinics will refer their clients to me after the age of 50 when they say there's nothing we can do for them anymore. Fiona, can you help them? We know that you work miracles, and that's what I do. Of course, many people that meet me in their 40s wish that they had met me earlier. My average client is 47. I've been working with clients over 40 for the majority of the time and have been known as a miracle maker. Not that I believe I am a miracle maker, I'm just activating what is innate in your cells. Your cells are hardwired to survive, but also to thrive. Okay, so pulling you out of survive mode and into thrive mode is key. Also changing the environment of your cells. And I work with a very specific epigenetic protocol, which means how we govern the genes. We get the genes that you want to be expressed, so you can have your happy, healthy baby, to be expressed in your body, and to shed, to let go what doesn't serve you anymore, which could be in the form of physical ailments, cysts, PCOS I've been known to remedy in a very short period of time. Endometriosis, that's not a fertility issue per se, but it causes inflammation and makes it more difficult. The rise in adenomyosis cases, unexplained infertility is a big one. Multiple miscarriages is a big one. So all of these things people come to me for specifically because they've heard from their friends, their family members that, hey, Fiona can help. And that's what I've been priding myself on doing. And I really enjoy making sure that people feel the love, they feel the hand-holding support, because with the best support possible, you will always succeed. And some of my clients come to me and they're really, really unwell, digestive issues, maybe IBS, stress, depression, what else? Fatigue, burnout from work. A lot of successful career women come to me, doctors, scientists, you even have embryologists, people that just want the answers. They want the solutions. They're sick and tired of trying and not getting anywhere. They've often tried IVF and IUI. That hasn't worked either. So they're in a state of confusion. Sometimes clinics turn them away and say, you know, you've got no AMH, we can't help you. So then they come to me and they end up having their children naturally, not because it's a miracle, despite that being my reputation, but because we're changing the environment of the cells and also increasing your mood. So if you're watching this and you don't know that much about me, if you haven't already accessed my Sacred Fertility Formula, please do. The Sacred Fertility Formula is a 3-part video series. Yes, I do charge for it. However, as a member of this private group, the Fertility Help Facebook group, you have access to it. So simply go to sacredfertilityformula.com. sacredfertilityformula.com. It will just give you an array of tips that no doctors or clinics are sharing with you. It's vital information. It surprises everybody what's in there, and I'd love for you to watch it. So please, if you haven't seen it, go to sacredfertilityformula.com. It's really, really going to be a game changer for you. So Annabelle said, Fiona, you mentioned that you need to make sure you do not use tap water due to the chemicals. Now, I've actually written an article. It's on my awakeningfertility.com website. And it's an article that is in mainstream newspapers from many, many years ago, actually, saying that there is a link between people consuming tap water and having miscarriages. Also, that it destroys females' eggs. What also destroys females' eggs is the COVID situation. Okay, it accumulates in the gonads. So, you know, for males, it's in their testicles. For females, it's in your eggs. So you want to be purifying this and not adding more toxins to the body so that we can improve sperm health and egg health. And then one of the best ways is definitely tap water. To the point where my husband and I cringe if we're ever offered tap water somewhere. We'd rather just go thirsty. The question continues. Also, that water should be alkaline or ionized. Would you mind having a look at this, please, and see what you think? And she sent me a link to Viva water ionizer machine with 7 settings. Now, what I couldn't find was what it purifies. So I'm always looking, you know, it's got here 7 nutritious water options, easy to assemble, which is great. But what I ultimately want to know, yes, it can purify the water. It sterilizes the water if you want it sterilized as well. There's 7 water settings, alkalinity 1 to 4. Are the settings that you want to be using. pH ranges from 3.5 to 10.5, which is actually greater than the Kangen. And the reason why I mentioned Kangen is because I have the Enagic Kangen. I wanted to buy the best water filter on the market, and for me, that was the Kangen, because it's used in Japanese hospitals. It's used to prevent viruses. It's used to heal people with a high viral load. So I was like, great, I want that one. The Kangen Enagic by Enagic is a Japanese water filter that has 8 filters. This one has 7, has 8 filters. It's why it's called a K8. I buy an additional 2 because I don't like the lime scale. There's a lot of lime scale in the water here in the UK, and I don't like that. So I have an extra heavy metal one and a lime scale one. But it doesn't fully get rid of all the lime scale. So I aren't massively in love with the machine. If it did that, I would be like, wow, this machine's amazing, and I think everybody should get that, hands down. It's cost us $3.5 grand, £1,000. So what's that, like nearly 7,000 Australian. So if you're spending that kind of money, you want it to be perfect. And because it's not perfect, and The customer service for me is less than perfect. I struggle to sell it to other people, but I wouldn't have anything else because I know it gets rid of hormones. I know it gets rid of viruses. I know it gets rid of heavy metals. I know it's the best out there, but it's just not, I think there's a gap in the market. I think we could make one even better. So that's where I'm coming from. And this particular Viva Viva compares themselves to Kangen a lot, and even calls one of their filters a Kangen filter, which I think is a little bit not so good, a bit dodgy. Like, why are you giving yourself it's the name of another company. So people they're obviously using it as a a hook to get people in who are trying to buy the Kangen, and they come across this one instead, which is 1/10 of the price. So you think, wow, amazing. If it is 1/10 of the price, are the parts not so good? Are the parts or stainless steel? I don't know. This particular machine doesn't say it gets hormones out, and that is my biggest concern. If you're not getting the hormones out of the water, you're drinking everyone's hormones and wondering why your hormones are out of balance. How many people are on the pill? A hell of a lot of people. And you're drinking that water that they've urinated out. So you're drinking their hormones. You're also drinking other forms of medication that's just been in that recycled toilet water. Of course, if you're drinking rainwater, it's a different story, especially if you've got your own rainwater tank. You wouldn't need to be processing out the hormones and things, but you'd still need to process out heavy metals. What do they spray in the sky with the chemtrails? Heavy metals, aluminium. You need to get all the heavy metals out. Because a lot of people say, oh, I've got rainwater, it's the cleanest, freshest. No, there's radiation in that water. There's heavy metals in that water. There's contaminants in that water. So you still need to purify that water. Okay, there's the two to compare so far. We then had another person ask about the invigorated water with pH Vitality water pitcher, 64 ounce, which comes with some beads. And again, it's in a stainless steel water filter, which is great. You want stainless steel, you don't want aluminium. I thought that the beads are really good. These ceramic mineral balls that they have, it improves the taste, it improves the smell. There's zeolite in there, so that actively draws the heavy metals out of the water. It's got activated alumina, which is used to greatly reduce fluoride. So it doesn't get rid of all the fluoride, which is a worry. You want all the fluoride out. It does help with reducing and eliminating heavy metals like arsenic, mercury, copper, and lead. It's got far infrared that activates and oxygenates the water, which is a good thing. But again, doesn't mention that it purifies hormones, and it's got alkaline calcium balls to increase pH level and adds calcium. Freeform calcium isn't ideal for the body because it calcifies the body. I did a talk on that recently. You want to be having calcium in its natural form, green leafy vegetables. So you got the right amount of magnesium to absorb the calcium and it doesn't just float around the body. Calcification, what's that? That's old age. That's you cringing up. That's you seizing up. That's you in pain. You becoming calcified. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. Okay, so you don't have free-form calcium through the body. I know the person that has it loves it. She says it's a huge improvement, and it will be a huge improvement to tap water, definitely. Is it the best? Definitely not. If I was invited to your house and you gave me this water as an option, I would drink it as opposed to tap water, but I wouldn't want to drink it all the time because I wouldn't want it to mess with my hormones because it's not purifying the hormones. The Viva Viva, it just doesn't seem congruent. It just doesn't seem authentic. It seems like it's a ripoff of the Kangen, and they even mention that. So I don't know. You'd have to do a little bit more research and ask the company. Is it stainless steel plates that you're using? What are the filters? All those kinds of things. How easy is it to replace? There's only 4 reviews on this, which is not very much. It's a newer product, but again, only 4 reviews. Is that because they've deleted a whole lot of bad reviews? I don't know. So they're the things that you need to look into. Feel for it. Everything should have a 1-year warranty anyway. So you could always buy it, try it, actually test your water. So what you do is you contact your local council, wherever you are in the world, and ask for your water analysis. Because a lot of people say, but I've got good water. Okay, well, check it out. Have you actually done a water test? A recent water test as well? So it will tell you the mineral composition. It's not that easy to do. You speak to a lot of people and they're like, huh? What? Huh? Anyway, you can get it. And then so then you have your analysis. You then send your water off to an independent testing company and then see that your water purifier is actually improving what your local government says you have. So it will show you how much fluoride and heavy metals and all that kind of stuff is in there. And they'll say, you know, within healthy range. You can ignore that because it's not a healthy range. Chlorine is not healthy either. But at least, for example, people with a Brita filter who think that is enough, it's only getting chlorine out, and chlorine causes cancer. So yes, you want to at least get the chlorine out, but it's not going to get the fluoride, it's not going to get the heavy metals, it's not going to get the hormones. So it's still going to cause damage to your reproductive system. It just will. And it accumulates over time, doesn't it? So someone in their 20s who's trying for a baby, they could get away with drinking, you know, tap water or water that's not fully purified. But someone in their 40s or even 50s, you've got this build-up, years and years of build-up, and wondering, hey, why are my eggs not as healthy? Well, that's one of the reasons. What I've also done recently within the Patreon group and my Fertile Lifestyle course is I've given you some tips, some actual video instructions, some lectures on how to detoxify the body through the lymphatic drainage system, how you can apply it yourself. You don't have to go and get a lymphatic drainage massage, though they are recommended. You can actually manipulate yourself in these 6 main areas of the body. And you can also charge up your water with the Prife wand. I've been talking about that as well, to electrolyze the water, to ionize the water, to hydrate the water, to energize the water. So you're consuming that and helping the body to detoxify as well. All these things do help to open up your detox channels so that you can get rid of all the stuff that you're constantly bombarded with the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you're eating, especially if it's not 100% organic, and it's difficult to get 100% organic. I get that. So you're just constantly bombarded with toxins. If you're like me, you've got a new office, new paint smells, new carpets with all the formaldehyde. It's so bad for you. So you've got to have all the windows open. I've got my peace lilies behind me. I've got 2 plants as well as that beautiful bunch from my neighbor who's a florist. So I'm always going to have beautiful flowers around me now, which is gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I would like you to do. Feel into what works for you. Maybe buy something that suits your budget. Test the water. Test that it is good. And if by surprise you don't actually have any hormones in your water, brilliant. You can get away with a cheaper water purifier. So they're the things you've got to be looking at. And of course, each country is different. So yes, do look into these things. Just as a bit of a summary, something that I had prepared earlier, we're looking at different water ionizers. Yes, you want to look at the price. Yes, you want to look at the performance. So look at the pH levels or the ORP, which is the oxidation reduction potential that each machine will have. So look at that, the ORP. What is the ORP that the machine can achieve? These factors will determine the alkalinity and antioxidant potential of the water being produced, and that's what you're paying for. You want ease of use as well, so it's got to be really easy. Like, look at the reviews. Was it really easy to install? The Kangen is not easy to install. You have to have a plumber. Yeah, and there's no real customer service around that. So you just literally have to get a plumber to come out, have a look at what's needed. They go to the shops, they sort it out, and do it for you. Ease of use, you know, should be quite easy to use once you've got it. Should have a good warranty, should have a good support system. Like I say, look at the customer reviews, look at the features, like the number of plates or the number of filters, the water output options, and any additional functions. Okay, so like the Kangen has 8, plus you can buy 2 more, so you can have a maximum of 10. They're the things you want to look at. I mean, overall, the Kangen water by Enagic has the best reputation. It's been around the longest. If you're interested, what I do is I give £400 worth of Powerfully Pure products to anyone who wants to get the Kangen through me. That way I can support you through it. You know, happy to answer your questions with it, guide you through, because I know that that is the best on the market. Like I say, I don't fully love it, but there's nothing else. I'm open to it. Keep sending me stuff if there is stuff on the market. You know, I'd upgrade if there is another option, but there doesn't seem to be. It seems to be the best of the water purification units out there. Plus you can choose a language setting, and I choose Japanese, so it's quite cool. Okay, let's have a look at these other questions. So I just want to thank, oh, by the way, Dee, nice to see that you're here. Thanks for watching live. Here we go, Agnes. Agnes says, hi, I am new here. Thank you so much for adding me to the fertility group. I feel so blessed to have found this page. We're blessed to have you. Thank you for your gratitude. I'm Agnes from Sierra Leone in West Africa. I have been married for 5 years now. My husband and I started trying for the fruit of the womb 7 months after we got married. And the journey, I must say, has been a tough one. 2 years after we started trying, I was diagnosed with PCOS. So that's polycystic ovarian syndrome, which explains the excess hair on my chin and belly, and the hormonal imbalance, my drop in libido, my irregular periods, my uncontrollable weight gain, and my miscarriages, which normally happens in the first few weeks. I always found out I was pregnant after the miscarriage, normally in the 2nd or 3rd week of the pregnancy. So far, I have had 4 miscarriages, which always happens in the same manner. I have never reached 4 weeks in any of them. I have gone through several fertility pills, supplements, weight loss guides, etc., all to no avail. Now that I'm here, I'm really looking forward to seeing a positive change in my story. May God bless every woman that is trying. Agnes, God bless you. Thank you for reaching out. That's the first step. The first step is to go, hey, what I'm doing isn't working. I need to ask an expert. And like I said, I've been doing this for 16 years. Secondly, anyone that invests in my Fertile Lifestyle course, I make sure you succeed. And that's why there's an 80% success rate. 80% of women who do this course succeed because of the support, because of the guidance, because of the nurturing, because it is bespoke to you. Now, the reason why it's 80% and not 100 is because, hey, not everyone completes the course. So it only, works for people that do actually apply it and complete it. For people that need to put themselves first, if they never actually get around to putting themselves first and applying all the things that need to be applied, well, of course, it's not going to work. And then the last 2 different variants, one is that women come on, they do the course and go, actually, I really love my life. I don't want a baby. That is rare, but that does happen, gives people closure. And the last is when people have a genetic disposition that says that them and their partners, or partner, normally it's just their single partner, they're just not viable to have children. It's just not biologically viable no matter what they do. So it's nothing that can be done. It's just like, like a family member. Genetically, you're just not meant to do it. So sometimes that happens. And often these couples look similar, by the way. It's not random. It's that they do look similar. People do often ask, hey, you brother and sister. And that's happened to the 2 clients that I've had, the 2 couples. That's all I've had in the whole 16 years that have had that. So again, it's not common. What's most common is that people don't apply all the techniques or they drop out of the course. So I can't really help with that. But if you're willing to make the shifts, they're only little lifestyle tweaks. They're not massive shifts, okay? It's just building up the momentum. The more you can embrace, the faster the change, yes. And I wholeheartedly recommend people just dive on in and take on as many shifts as they can, coupled with the Powerfully Pure supplements, because that makes the difference. These are tested to be pure and bioavailable. You could be taking cheaper stuff, But if it's not absorbed by the body, meaning it's not bioavailable, then you're not getting it, are you? So you think you're getting it because it says on the packet that you're getting it, but you're not. And it upsets me today. When I was getting on Facebook, I was given, one of those ads popped up on vegan collagen. And I thought, let me just read the ingredients, because of course, it markets really well. And then I look at the ingredients, and first it shows you like the first thing of like what's in here instead of like the full ingredients list. And you think, oh yeah, interesting. Ascorbic acid is the first ingredient, so it's a synthetic vitamin C. Some people do really well on that though, and they fully can absorb it. So I don't discard it. Next one was calcium. I'm like, well, you don't need free-form calcium. Next was their vegan collagen formula. So I thought, oh yeah, that's interesting. And then you scroll down a little bit more, and you got their real ingredients list. The real ingredients list was a non-absorbable maltodextrin. Non-absorbable. So your body can't absorb it, and it's maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a filler that you don't need, okay? Secondly, it's non-absorbable. Your body's going to be fighting to try to break this thing down, which isn't going to be absorbable. It's like you eating wax, and your body's trying to break it down. It can't do it. It just excretes it, or like chewing gum. It just excretes it, right? But it takes a lot of effort, and we need that effort or energy that's being exerted in the digestive system to be in the reproductive system. Because if you don't have enough energy, you say you're drained from your thoughts, or your overthinking mind, your stress, your lack of sleep, lack of nutrient absorption, your lack of detoxification, all those kinds of things drain your energy. And then if you're coupled with trying to put good supplements in your body, but it's churning out more energy just trying to break it down, then that's not going to work for you. And I was just shocked to see this, marketed so well. And it's just a waste of time and space, and really is toxic. Why consume something that your body can't absorb? So I do encourage everybody to read your ingredients, and I'll put up a little link within this description as soon as I've finished going live to have a look at what ingredients are meant to be avoided, like maltodextrin. Of course, this is all laid out in the Fertile Lifestyle course in modules 3 for all of your supplements, modules 4 for all of the clean living. What ingredients are you meant to be avoiding on your labels? So looking at your labels of, cosmetics, personal bathroom products, shampoos, body washes, all that kind of stuff. Moisturizers. Please, whatever goes on your skin goes straight into your bloodstream. So it's got to be clean and pure. And, there's a question here about Botox I forgot to mention earlier. Is it safe to do Botox now, or shall I wait until after I've had my second child? Or my friends are having Botox. Is it that detrimental? I've done a video as well around that, and we'll include that in the link. And where I come from with all these things is you're already exposing yourself to a lot of toxins. Now, if you really love your makeup and you've tried other forms of clean makeup and it just leaks and drips all over your face, and say you're like bleaching your hair, and they're the two things that you do, but everything else is clean, okay, your body can deal with that. But say you want to bleach your hair and you're using toxic products on your skin because the makeup looks good and you want to wear that kind of makeup, plus you're wearing fake tan, which is highly toxic, plus you're not eating organic, plus you're not doing a detox regimen, plus you're not on the Powerfully Pure products, plus you want to get Botox. Your body can't handle all this stuff. It just can't. How do you think it can actually, get pregnant and hold the pregnancy? And let's have a look back now at Agnes's questions. Like, what is causing the miscarriage? Okay, we know that you're fertile. So that's a huge tick. So you don't have an infertility issue. We know that you don't need IVF because you're getting pregnant. Okay? So they're the two good pluses we can take out of this. PCOS. Okay, many things cause PCOS, and honestly, people with different varying symptoms are tarnished with the same PCOS brush. Ultimately, it comes down to stress and imbalance. Food choices causing inflammation. So we've got to have a look at your food choices. You've got to have a look at your stress that's causing inflammation as well. Have you had pap smears and not waited 6 weeks till after the pap smear, and then you've had sperm inside you, your husband's sperm, and sperm has an anti-immune response because the woman's body wants to kill everything that is not itself, okay? That's why women with raised natural killer cells, NK cells, keep having miscarriages, and maybe you have raised NK cells. If you're in the US and you have a miscarriage, they test you for NK cells, raised NK cells. In the UK, after you've miscarried 3 times and suffered 3 times, then they'll test the NHS for raised NK cells. Now, what happens when you have raised NK cells? What does that mean? Okay, natural killer cells means they're on high alert to get rid of things that are foreign to the body, like cancer. Okay, we want to get rid of the cancer, but we don't want to get rid of an embryo. We want to get rid of a baby. So how does the body know the difference? The body won't know the difference if there's an autoimmune response. If you've triggered the autoimmune system, it's out of balance and it's just running AWOL, then we have an issue. What causes this? Inflammation. Inflammation causes this. What causes inflammation? Okay, the toxic foods you're having, the toxins in the food, the toxic exposure, like I was mentioning earlier, how you're getting it on your skin, your air, your water, however you're getting it, plus your mindset. The toxins from overthinking causes negative thinking. What are you doing to rebalance yourself with that? All these things matter. So bringing yourself in a state of harmony and balance is key. That's what fertility is. So we want to soothe the body's response. So we need to target that through the 6 epigenetic pillars, which is what changes your health. It changes the full environment. This is what epigenetics is, which is why I've incorporated it into the Fertile Lifestyle course. Why else do 80% of the people around the world succeed? Let's compare that to IVF, where 2.3% of people succeed. Okay, that's a 97.7% fail rate, and I've got an 80% success rate. So it's interesting how people think that, you know, the natural ways may not work as well as the synthetic and assisted ways. That's not true. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry for a reason, IVF. And it's great that you don't need it, but we do need to address the inflammation. We do need to address the fact that you have cysts. We do need to address that you have multiple miscarriages. Now, there's different reasons for miscarriage. Okay, sperm health. Normally, according to traditional Chinese medicine, you miscarry so early on, meaning it's more likely to be sperm health issues. So looking at ways that we can improve that. You can improve sperm health in 3 months. 3 months, it's so easy. But men don't always like to change their lifestyle. But I just beg my clients who come on board and say, tell your man, just 3 months, just 3 months, it's all we need. Commit for 3 months, and then you can do whatever you want. The woman, you have to commit a lot longer because it's the 9 months, which is your follicle health indicators, not your 3-month egg health. It's your 9-month, that's your follicles that are in gestation. So say you get pregnant today, looking back on your life over the past 9 months will indicate the health and viability of that egg. Your stress, your toxic load, how you were detoxing, how you were regenerating, all that kind of stuff, okay? That's what counts. So it's the 9 months prior, then it's the 9 months in gestation, and then it's breastfeeding. Literally the whole 2 years after you've given birth, you and your baby share the same energy field. So you've got all of that to deal with. So you're on a different kind of path. Men, just 3 months, please. Just 3 months. Just 3 months, please. And it's not too difficult. So have a look at the Fertile Lifestyle course for tips on what to do for men. It's in the For Him section. A lot of enjoyable things that they can be doing. It's not difficult. The men that are on the course love it, really do love it, and they really actually inspire their female partners to embody some of the things as well, that some of the little changes that they need to do. Really, there's only like 4 things that men need to do. It's super easy, and there's not that many supplements from the Powerfully Pure range that the men need to take, and then they can notice huge shifts in their sperm health, which makes the woman's job so much easier. Because say your eggs aren't that healthy, but you've got virile sperm, egg hits the sperm, how do you get that baby to stay? Okay, so we need to get the lining right, which is about your hormones, which is about your progesterone. So I've done talks on that already within the Fertile Lifestyle course. So have a look at the balancing hormones in the deep dive section, because that will also, your progesterone also talks about your ovulation and how to regulate ovulation and making sure that, you know, you're going to have a viable pregnancy. So all of these things matter. So have a look at that so you have a better comprehension of what's going on. And then it comes down to you applying the 6 epigenetic factors so as that your baby can thrive in utero. So it may not be the healthiest sperm, may not be the healthiest egg, but you have the ability to make it healthier in utero when you apply these 6 epigenetic pillars, which is what's super exciting. What we want to do as well is, of course, sort out the oxidative stress and inflammation, because they're the 2 biggest issues that cause fertility problems, which come from the mind, emotions, and what you're drawing into the body and how the body's working with that. Hello. Nice to see you, Nita. And then you're talking about, so how you can hold it beyond those few weeks. Baby has free will. Often, miscarriages are baby saying, Mum, I'm here. The conditions just aren't right for whatever reason. So you got to remember that we're multidimensional beings. We're not just physical. You got a baby soul who's coming. Now that baby soul comes and goes up until 2 weeks after it's born. It's got to stay after the 2-week mark. Otherwise you get a SIDS baby, sudden infant death syndrome. Baby comes and goes in spirit form. And you've got to make that energetic match. So sometimes, and often this is the case with my clients, the energetic match isn't there. So baby's in a state with God right now. What is God? Unconditional love and abundance, bliss. Okay, life is beautiful. It's slow. It's not as extreme as here. But this is where the school is. This is where the soul school is. This is where all the souls want to come, and there's a huge backload of souls desperate to come to the earth. They say up to 9 souls per woman currently here are wanting to come down. Only the best of the best are on this planet at the moment because of the humanitarian wake up and shift that's going on. So there's no lack of souls. And you've got a soul that's saying, hey, Mum, I'm here. Now, sometimes you've got a soul contract with this child. And the baby's like, it's too dense. It's too difficult. I don't want to be born. I just want to experience life through you, through your womb. Will you do that for me? And you've got that soul contract before you came down. And you said, yes, you can experience life in my womb. So yes, you will experience some miscarriages because that's what you've already agreed to. Now, of course, you have free will. Baby has free will. Your husband has free will. So you can change these contracts. That's not a problem. You just need to work with someone like myself. I'm a fertility healer. I work with energetics. I work with spirit. And there's often your baby spirit that's brought you to me. And I can help on that spiritual level as well. So you are highly intuitive. You are highly intuitive. And you will be given that guidance. You will have the knowing if that is the case for you. If you want to start communing with your spirit baby, of course you've got all the options in the Fertile Lifestyle course. You've got hundreds of them in there to teach you how to adopt these skills, gifts, and talents so that you can do that. I'm one of those people that love to teach, to empower. I don't want you to sign up to me for life. I don't want you to constantly need me. I want you to learn these skills so you can have them for baby number 1, 2, and 3. That's what they're designed for. One woman came to see me because she wanted to have baby number 5 and she was struggling with baby number 5. She's a doctor. It doesn't matter how many children you want. It's about you learning these skills, gifts, and talents so that you can create life. You can create life. You don't need to give your power away to someone else. This is your God-given right. So you've got so many skills, gifts, and talents sitting in the Fertile Lifestyle course. And of course, if you want to work with me, I'll do the work for you. But I do encourage that you actually do this yourself. So sometimes, and I'm the same, I'll go see a healer because I just want to bridge the gap here and here. I just want faster results. Because when you're, in the driving seat, sometimes it's difficult to be neutral, be impartial, because you really, really want to get that end result. Whereas if someone does it for you, okay, great, I can you know, get a little bit of a step up. And that's what I provide for my clients, a little bit of a step up, but ultimately you know how to do it yourself. You know how to manifest what you desire and not what you don't desire. Because that's the thing. We're brilliant manifestors. We're always manifesting. But look at your life. If you are manifesting pain and suffering, like poor Agnes here, then enough is enough. And that's why I feel, Agnes, your soul, your higher self, your baby spirit brought you into this group to get this beautiful, heartfelt support. And because you've never actually had a 60-minute one-on-one private consultation, please do book. All you have to do is go to fertilelifestyleconsult.com. I'll just put that here in the chat. fertilelifestyleconsult.com is the link you need to book your initial complimentary consultation with me. So everyone gets a complimentary consultation as a gift. It's £247 to have a consultation with me. Your first one is complimentary. If you want to have healings and sessions after that, of course you can. Hand on heart though, the Fertile Lifestyle course has everything you need. And when you're in there, if people that are watching live can validate, yeah, you get support. You're not on your own. You get support. So let's have a look at the next question, which was, under the image of me, what questions do you have for a fertility expert? And we have here from Al. She says, for years I've enjoyed a daily anti-inflammatory drink of ginger and turmeric spices with honey and lemon. Will this restrict my possibility of implantation if I drink this during the luteal phase? And is it safe to drink during pregnancy? So I've made some notes. I'm going to paste this into the group as well. I'll just read it to you, because I am aware that not everybody has English as their first language here. So sometimes I do like to type things out just to make it easier. Okay, so luteal phase and implantation. The luteal phase is the second half of your menstrual cycle, as most of you know, during which the uterine lining prepares for potential implantation of your fertilized egg. Ginger, turmeric, honey, and lemon are generally considered safe for consumption and are not known to negatively impact implantation during this phase. In fact, some sources suggest that ginger may have anti-inflammatory properties that could potentially be beneficial. However, there isn't a significant amount of scientific evidence to definitively support or refute this claim. Now, I'm going to talk about pregnancy safety and then talk about this from a different perspective, the Ayurvedic perspective, the traditional Chinese medicine perspective, etc. So ginger and turmeric are often used as spices and are generally considered safe for consumption in culinary amounts during pregnancy. Culinary amounts mean you're not having like bucket loads of it, okay? So you wouldn't be having it until you threw up. You know, when you're pregnant, your body makes it very clear what it can and cannot handle. So you just have it in an enjoyable amount. These ingredients have been used traditionally to alleviate nausea and inflammation. However, it's important to consume them in moderation. While honey and lemon are also generally safe, pasteurized honey, they say, should be avoided during pregnancy due to the risk of bacterial contamination. However, even though that's mainstream science that says that, I disagree. Raw unprocessed honey is the best honey for you. If you're having processed honey, half the time it's actually watered down with sugar syrup from China. I wouldn't touch anything from China. Even if it says it's organic, it's not really organic, I'm sure. And sugar syrup, that's just sugar, acts like razor blades in the body. Yes, okay, there are things that you shouldn't have that's raw, like you shouldn't have a runny egg, you shouldn't necessarily have raw cheese, all those kinds of things, raw fish, smoked salmon, all that kind of stuff when you're pregnant. Okay, yes, I get that. But honey is naturally antibacterial. So don't say there's bacteria in that honey. If you're getting proper raw, unprocessed, local honey. And if you're unsure, get the honey from the Powerfully Pure range, not if you're Australian, because you won't get it in the country, and not if you're in New Zealand, but anywhere else. It's the whole beehive. It's medical grade. Medical grade is the highest grade of anything. Okay, so that's why in the Powerfully Pure range, we have medical grade products, medical grade essential oils, medical grade salts. This is the highest level, the purest level of anything. So, you know, these things are safe in a nutshell. However, according to Ayurveda, which means life science, of course, I've got a terrible pronunciation of Sanskrit. You know, if we look back in human history, we've got traditional Chinese medicine, which dates back thousands and thousands of years, and Ayurvedic medicine, which dates back thousands and thousands of years. This is from India, this is from China, so, you know, these kinds of regions. Western medicine's very new. Yeah, let's not talk about that. We're just going to talk about the ancient ones that are proven to support human being health. Now, according to some Ayurvedic forms of literature, they say that coconut water and too much ginger are not ideal during pregnancy. So having a little bit, that's why I keep mentioning moderation is good. But there's different types of ginger. You can get your cheap Chinese ginger, which I wouldn't touch. You can get your organic local ginger, which I would recommend. You can also get your Thai black ginger, available in the Powerfully Pure range, which is organic, harvested from small farms in Thailand, and it's purple. What's purple? Purple means it's got resveratrol. Okay, anything that's purple is more nutrient dense than anything that's light colored. Like your kale. So the black kale, Nero kale, is more nutrient dense than the green kale. See the difference? Because we've got the resveratrol, we've got more antioxidants. Hey Laura, nice to see you. So they're the things that you want to be looking at in your diet. You know, it's great that you asked this question. What people haven't looked into, and I do encourage you to do this yourself, cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. It is so good for you. It's warming the body, which is what you want. You want to have a warm womb, warm digestive system. Pages and pages of benefits of cayenne pepper. You can even give it to your dogs, okay? It helps get rid of inflammation. I put it on everything. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If I'm having a hot drink, if I'm having a dessert, well, you know, like, you know, healthy one. You name it, it's on it. It's like my husband and I just can't get enough of it. Since I came across all the medicinal benefits, yeah, sprinkle it on everything. So yes, if you're having the ginger, the lemon, etc., why not, and the turmeric, why not add it in your cayenne pepper too? Remember though, when you're having turmeric, it can only be absorbed with cracked black pepper. Why cracked? Cracked is fresh. Otherwise, the pepper's oxidated. If you don't have the pepper, it won't be absorbed. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people will say, hey, I'm on maca to balance my hormones. What, are you having lucuma with it? In the right ratio? 4:1 with maca lucuma? If not, it's not being absorbed. Like the Thai black ginger. Are you having it with something fatty, like an avocado or oil or an egg? Nuts, seeds? No? Well, it's not being absorbed. You've got to take the things that actually are meant to be taken together to be best absorbed in the body. Now, just going back actually on the topic of food, but looking at PCOS and balancing hormones, eat more broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, radishes. This family is going to be the best vegetable family for you to help balance your hormones, unless you have a food intolerance with them. So please, please, please get that as part of your staple. Those foods got to be in there for balancing hormones, especially if you have high estrogen, which is what PCOS is a sign of. It's what cysts are a sign of. Fibroids are a sign of. Adenomyosis, endometriosis, all a sign of. So increase that. Make sure you're having as much of that every day as possible. I'm just going to refresh my page in case anyone has submitted any new questions, either in the section where I've got post your questions here, or just randomly in the Fertility Help group. If you're watching live, it's your chance to ask a question before I wrap things up. Aha! Dee says, I don't know if you're taking questions live. Yes, I am. If so, You may have already talked about this on a previous live Q&A, but I need to get a dental filling done. Is it okay to do that at the moment? Thank you. Yeah, so you need a filling. Ceramic. Get a ceramic. Be careful of composite if they try to sell you, because I requested a ceramic and then the dentist was there busy putting a composite together. I said, what are you doing? And he said, a composite. Well, is that ceramic? No, it's a composite. Well, what's a composite? Okay, so in Australia it's resin, we found out recently, and in the UK it's plastic. Composite just means a mixture, right? So what is your mixture? You definitely do not want amalgam. Absolutely no way amalgam. You do need to sort the filling out because any pain and discomfort raises the cortisol in your body, which puts your hormones out. So we've got to get rid of the pain. So yes, speak to a holistic dentist. If you're unsure, go to a holistic dentist. It's worth it. You only want people who want your health, dealing with your teeth. So that is a really good question. Thank you for asking. Another question. Hi Fiona, just joined, so may have missed many comments you've made on the invigorated water filter that I'm trying out. Yes, I have already mentioned it right at the very beginning. So when you watch the replay, you can learn more about that. Any other questions coming through? Not that I can see. Did you get a chance to listen to the guided meditation, the Manifest Easier and Faster with the 8-8 Lionsgate meditation that I put up in the group and on YouTube yesterday? 42 people have seen the post. I've got some love from Renee and Nita and Juliet and Gabriella and Annabelle and Neha and Al. There's over 1,000 other people. Over 1,100 people in this group that have not said that they've liked it. So I would really encourage you to listen to it. Today is the 10th of August. Now, up until the 12th, what you're focusing on is coming to fruition faster. This is where we've got to get energy hygiene into play, because we're always manifesting, like I said before, but what if you're manifesting your fears? You know if you're manifesting your fears when you look at your life and go, oh, I'm not happy with this, and I'm not happy with that, and I'm not happy with this. It's not working in these areas in my life. Okay, get crystal clear with where you want to go, what you want to make work, because now the planets are aligned with that momentum to make it happen. Now, according to some literature, this is what originated back in Egypt, and the Egyptians were using this. Astrologists, on the other hand, say that ain't true. People that can tune into higher energies and tap into higher intelligence forces out there say, look, it's a beautiful opportunity, regardless of where it's come from and whether it was used for dark purposes or not. You can use it for light purposes to catapult and speed up your desires, because we're always manifesting. It's not like you can never stop you can't ever stop manifesting, but you can start manifesting what you desire by getting that crystal clear focus, which is what the Fertile Lifestyle course is helping you with in module 2. So dive onto module 2. If you haven't signed up to the course, it's a really good time to join, because in the next couple of days, whatever you're focusing on is just going to be magnified for the rest of the year. So you don't want to be subconsciously manifesting what you don't desire, because you'll keep doing that. Sometimes I've had sessions with clients and they were literally manifesting, I don't want to have another miscarriage. I don't want to have another stillborn. And that's what they were manifesting. Because when it happened, I'd say, well, how did that happen? I'd say, well, I don't know. I was manifesting and using the words, I don't want to have another loss, basically. Different ladies using different terms. And I'm like, well, why were you even thinking that? Why? You're just drawing it to you. The universe just focuses on your thought and your emotion behind it. Now, if you don't feel ready to invest in the Fertile Lifestyle course, at least look at the Master Key for Fertility. I'll put that link in this description as well. And that shows you how to manifest. It shows you how to work with manifestation by using this current energy, working with your solar plexus, working with your subconscious mind, how you use form, how you use your emotion, and you make it happen. For those of you doing the Fertile Lifestyle course, I'll go into more detail about this for you if you request it in the deep dives. You know that the deep dives are there for you. And I'm there to answer all your questions, there to provide healings, whatever you desire, okay? That is my gift to you if you are in the group support option. And of course, the live Q&As every single Tuesday for the private group, the Fertile Lifestyle course. We're in there for like 40 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever's needed, answering all your questions. But for now, everyone who joined in this fertility help group, well done you for joining. Well done you for watching the replay. It really does count. Now, this video is only available for 30 days. Facebook's got a new algorithm and they're going to wipe this. So if there's valuable content in this, write it down, watch it again, listen to it in the time, like when you're cooking in the background, when you're driving in the background. Just having this kind of information streaming through is highly, highly, highly recommended, which is also what I've got in the Fertile Lifestyle course. There is hours and hours and hours and hours of content where you can just listen in your net time, as we call it. So, infinite blessings to you all. I will refresh my page one last time in case any questions have come through that I haven't seen appear live on my screen. And wishing you all a beautiful Friday tomorrow. I'm going to be live in Insta doing a fertility hot seat. So if you have specific questions that you want answered and you're not already part of the Fertile Lifestyle course, it's a great opportunity to attend live. And if you're not in the course, you will be chosen. If you're in the course, there's no point in choosing you because you're already part of the course. So you're already getting that level of support. You're so welcome, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow. Instagram, 6 p.m. British summertime, going live. Otherwise, have yourself a great weekend. Blessings to you all. Lots of love. Bye for now.